It's the #1 Ford fan here, and today I'm going to do my 3 months with the Escape ST line, and I'll tell you about my experience driving it for the last 3 months. I'm coming from a Ford Puma. I had the Ford Puma ST line for 6 months. If you haven't seen my 6 months with the Ford Puma ST line video, it'll pop up here, you can check that out. When you've got the ST line, you get the black grille, and you can see that it's got the painted body kit along the front here. And also you've got the adaptive light, so when you turn, the lights turn with you a little bit. So that's a really good feature that I like driving at night time, just having that, the lights turn with you around the corner. Under the hood is a 2-litre EcoBoost turbo. Now it has 183 kilowatts. So what I talked about when I drove the Puma is I quite often would put it in sports mode. In this does of course have sports mode, but it's really quick anyway, and you don't really need to put it in sports mode. It goes to a whole nother level when you put this into sports mode, like it's seriously weaponized. So one thing you'll notice with this as well is you get a bit of torque steering, but the steering is very responsive in this car. When you first start driving it, you're probably gonna be a little bit jerky with it because it's such a sporty steering system that's on it, and that's not in the sports mode. Fuel consumption wise, it says here 8.6 litres per 100 kilometres, that's your combined. Now, it's weird that the company has actually overshot how much it is, because I drove it and I get 7.6, and that's in my 3 months in my average, and I actually step on it a bit. So, and then I've watched other reviews and they've got down to 7.4. This is all color coded in the ST line with the ST trim. Then if you come to the side of the Escape, it's actually quite a high arc on the roof there, and that when I jump inside, I'll show you all the headroom that goes with it. And that's one of the things I really loved about it, was having such good headroom inside the car. So if you get the upgraded tech pack, you get the auto tailgate lift, and you can open it by kicking underneath like that, as long as you've got the keys on you, and she'll go up. You can also open it with the keys or the button here as well to open and lower it. Through the boot space, you get 556 litres of boot space as it is there when you've got it set up for 5 seats. When you lower the seats down, you get 1,478 litres, and that's filled right to the top. So there's lots of boot space. So one of the things that I found here with this boot is it's big. So everything slides around in it. But what I did is then I just got a couple of straps here. There's lots of tie down points in the car, so if you want to have straps with your groceries, you can just use these things here and these tie downs to strap it in. So we'll take my big bag out. I really love my boot space, and it's something that I always look at when I look at a car. So underneath, you can see you've got the mini space saver. Click there. They'll flip down. There you go. So now you can see that's with a 1,478 litres up to the roof of storage space. Pretty handy. And obviously got the privacy screen there. So this whole back end works really well for me. You know, it's just nice space. Lots of the tie down hooks again, as I said, so I can tie down the stuff. Well, gears back in, so keys in pocket, so then I can just kick, and that should go down. I think it's worthwhile to upgrade to the tech pack just for the tailgate lift, because I love it. So moving into one of my favorite parts of the car is the interior. And partly because I'm 6 foot and I don't like being cramped in a car, this gives you a lot of space. As I mentioned outside, you can see that there's a good distance between my head and the roof, a good distance, so that's why it's so high, and it's going to be even more comfortable for the passengers in the back. We've got the ST line trim. You can see the red accent stitching and the sports flat bottom steering wheel. You've got the 8-inch display there, and also the 12.3-inch cluster here. So you only get this on the ST line and the STV, the Vignale, but when you just get the standard Escape, you get the 4-inch cluster inside there, and then analog speed dials there. Moving along to here, one of the reasons why it makes it so comfortable, because there's no gear shift or handbrake, and it just seems to give the leg a lot more room. You've got your digital handbrake and you've got your digital gear shifter. So that just makes it a lot more space. Now this is a little bit weird to get used to. It's a little bit funky. But once you do, once you get in the habit. Also the indicators are on the left-hand side like a European car. You've got a USB-C and a USB-A. So that's really handy if you've got an Android person and an Apple person, they can both plug in. And the other thing is the wireless charger here. So you just drop your phone in there and you get some wireless charging too if your phone has it. There's a 6-speaker sound system in, which I find is more than adequate. It's good enough, loud enough for me. And the seats are very, very comfortable and they seem to really keep clean. They're easy to sort of keep clean. So all in all, the interior is really what makes me really love this car, is because of how spacious, how nice it's set up. The other thing that comes in this ST line with the tech pack is the heads-up display. It's going to be really hard for the camera to pick it up at this angle, but this little mirror pops up and then you've got your speedo there. It can actually has your speed sign recognition as well, pops up. So if you're in the 80 zone, there'll be an 80 there. And when you go above 80 and it's 80, your speed will turn red, which is really handy. You look up, you go, I'm in the red, you know that you're over the speed limit. Also, when you set your cruise control, that goes green, so you know what your cruise set speed is. So let's say you've stopped somewhere and you need to just resume to the speed you've already set. You push your resume button and you know that, the speed limit was 80, but it's crossed out. Then you just hit your resume and boom, you'll get back up to that speed. That head-up display, again, it takes time to train yourself to use it, but when you do start looking at that more than anything, it's a much safer drive and it is just really nice to use, and it works in the brightest of bright suns, and of course at night time it looks wicked. This is why I think you would consider this over a Puma, is because the leg room back here. So again, 6'1", fairly long legs. The seat is pushed back as far as it can possibly go, and that's comfortable. So then you can move these seats forward to create some more room at the back. There's also USB-C and a USB-A back here for charging as well. As always, again, thank you very much to Stillwell Ford and Unley. If you want to have a look at one of these cars, or even this one here, because I've got to give it back after my 3 months, I'm a bit sad. Go and see them. They'll be happy to give you a test drive. And if you want to have a look at it, or look at the Puma, or look at any other Fords, go and see the guys down at Stillwell Ford and Unley. I'm the #1 Ford fan. Thanks for watching.